Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And the second movie up for review tonight is The Nun from 2018. This is only the second time that I've actually watched this movie because I was really disappointed on watching the movie for the first time, which was I think late 2018. I did not watch it in the theaters. It is disappointing, to be honest. I think the story was good. I just felt that they did not give me enough to actually want to see it again and again, unlike The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, which is why I have so many years in between rewatching this film. But I remember being very excited for it, and I did not really like the movie that much. Anyway, it is set in the 1940s, I believe, 1947. 1952, sorry. And there is a sequel coming out later this year, which looks interesting. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think I definitely will watch it. Anyway, so The Nun from the Conjuring universe is a 2018 gothic supernatural horror film, directed by Corin Hardy and written by Gary Doberman. From a story by Doberman and James Wan. It's a spin-off, a prequel, to the well-received Valak villainous figure in The Conjuring 2, and she is absolutely an icon in recent horror movies. And it's the fifth installment in the Conjuring universe. I'll get through the others eventually. The film stars Tasia Farmiga, younger sister of Vera Farmiga, as the nun. What was her name? I forgot. She plays Sister Irene. Damien Bashir, don't know how you pronounce it, as playing Father Burke. I believe he's Mexican actually. Jonas Blockhet as Frenchie. He plays a French Canadian, but he's actually from Belgium. Bonnie Aarons plays the nun, the same character she played in the previous film. The absolutely stunning Ingrid Bisu plays Sister Oana. Charlotte Hope plays Sister Victoria. Sandra Tellis plays Sister Ruth. A couple of others. These are the main ones that you actually should be into. Set in 1952 in the kind of like a very gothic style monastery, and you see this evil force attacking one of the nuns when she tries to find this kind of ancient Christian relic, and the surviving sister Victoria, scared out of her mind, she runs from the attacker. She goes into a room, but the demon does come out looking like a nun, and she asks for forgiveness from God and kills herself so that she doesn't get possessed. The next day, her body is found by Frenchie, who is a villager moved from Canada to Europe, and he transports basically supplies to the nuns. So when he was there the next morning, he saw the dead body attacked by a huge group of crows. A murder of crows? Yeah. So the Vatican basically decides to send Father Burke to investigate, and they ask Sister Irene. I don't really get why they asked her to go, but she's not a nun yet. She's a novitiate, whatever that's called, whatever that is. I don't really understand. Catholicism. They sent her along with him to Romania in order to investigate the situation. Why he does that, I don't know. So anyway. They meet up with Frenchie, they go to the abbey. Soon they discover a key from the corpse of Victoria's body, and they meet the abbess, who's the main nun who runs the abbey. She informs them that the nuns are observing a period of silence during the night, and she tells them they can stay at the convent right next door. Frenchie is attacked by a demon, he escapes. The Father Burke is also attacked by a demon, he escapes, and pretty soon we find out that all the nuns are actually not there. The demon is playing tricks on them. All the nuns are actually dead. Irene, because she's had this, I guess this is the reason why, she's had these special powers. She could see visions, and she always sees Mother Mary or something like that, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever the religious stuff is all about. Makes for good entertaining movies, but don't believe a single word of any of this. Finally they decide that they have to find this vial that has got the blood of Christ, and that only that can actually rescue them. So there was this, what do you call it, a rift in the catacombs, which basically let the demon out, and uh, that is the only way they can actually, seal the demon back into the rift, and that's basically Valak, and they try and do it. So they have go through all of this. They're attacked. Irene is temporarily possessed, but Frenchie manages to it get the demon out of her by smearing some of the blood from the vial. And finally, while Valak is trying to get her to drown and possibly then take her over, take her over, Irene slips some of the blood in. She breaks the vial. She keeps some of the blood in her mouth, and then she spits it at her face, destroying basically wounding Valak really badly, who starts screaming, and then she is taken into the rift and it's sealed. Frenchie goes and helps Irene, and then he tells her about his actual name. Is actually not Frenchie. It is Maurice. He's called Frenchie because he's French Canadian. So all three of them do survive. Frenchie has tried to has saved Irene as well. The next morning they leave, but Maurice has been possessed by Valak. And how you get to know that is towards the end of the movie, you see him scratching on his neck, and there is an inverted cross crucifix on the back of his neck. And he is basically the same person that you see in The Conjuring when the wife of the Perron family, Carolyn Perron, she watches a documentary, she watches a talk by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and they talk about the possessed Maurice, who though has never learned that much, he starts speaking fluent Latin and all those things. So that's the Maurice that we're talking about over here. And in that, Maurice basically grabs Lorraine, gives her visions of Ed dying, and she screams and then locks herself in the bed for 8 days. So the movies are all connected, and that's the reason why the Warrens demanded go to the Perron family for checking out their haunting of their house. So that's it. That's the entire film. Damien Bashir is pretty good in his role, as is Tassia Farmiga. Jonas Blockett does pretty okay. I don't really blame any of them. Bonnie Aarons is really frightening. I mean, she does it really, really well. And of course, Ingrid Bisson is. Believe she's actually married to James Wan, but she's amazing to watch. Really, really beautiful. I think there's a lot of. I mean, the story is not bad. It's just that it's not executed all that well. It doesn't really capture you the way the first two Conjuring movies. And I'll tell you this: I don't think any of the other movies have actually captured me the way that the first two movies have. I mean, I do like Annabelle, but it's not that great. Some of the other movies are just about okay. Although I love this franchise quite a bit, and I want to see more. But yeah, some of the movies have been stinkers, to be honest. This one isn't completely a stinker, but is a huge disappointment for me because I expected this to be like really amazing. I will give it a 7 out of 10. A little bit better feeling about it watching it the second time over. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. I will do the rest of the Conjuring. I have already done the third movie, but I'll do the others, the Annabelle series and all that a little later. So yeah, that's the plan for this particular franchise, and I am going to go to bed, watch a movie if I can. Adios amigos.